Okay, third graders, so you should have just got done watching Characters, the video by Vocabulary. I have to say that this video was one of my favorite videos to watch, and I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about character analysis. In this first lesson, we are going to be doing a lot of character analysis, trying to figure out who Grace is, and kind of her actions and her motivations in the story Below Deck, a Titanic story. So I just wanted to give a little bit more information and gain that background knowledge of how to do a character analysis. So I have provided a few resources that I will go over right now. So our first resource is going to be this character trait. So your very first step is that you're going to look for evidence. So what does the character say? Why did the character say something or say that? Were the words kind or hurtful? I think this is going to be a big part that will help you figure out kind of that character's actions and motivations. Did they use kind words or was it hurtful? Your second thing that you're going to be looking at is kind of the actions and choices that the character is making. So, what does the character do? Why does he or she make that choice? So these are just questions that you're going to be asking yourself as you listen to me read or as you read by yourself today. You're also going to be looking at the thoughts, the character's motives, why they did that, the character's opinion. What does the character wants or needs? And then their feelings. So how do events affect the character? How do the character's feelings change? How does the character feel about the other character? Okay, so right here, this is going to be our second learning target, is where we're going to compare Grace and Catherine, and we're going to compare them and see what type of people they are. The major thing that your question is going to be why I read today is, what does the evidence tell me? What is the story telling me about these characters? So there's several different ways you can do a character analysis. Is one by physical traits. So physical traits is on the outside. So if I did physical traits of me, I have dark curly hair. I have brown eyes. I'm tall and stuff like that. Those are my physical traits. These traits are inside, so the personality and this column in the pink, character traits, these are kind of what's on the inside. So are they cheerful? Are they funny? Are they serious? Are they generous? Are they kind? Are they unkind? Are they patient? So these are kind of the traits that are found on the inside. Your next part is kind of the emotions. Change depending on what is happening. So the emotion might change depending on what is happening in the story. So is the character feeling excited during this major event? Are they feeling happy? Are they feeling scared? Are they feeling afraid? So that's their emotions. These are going to be super key in doing a character analysis. You need to figure out all these different types of items about your character. This will help you understand who the character is, and this will also help you figure out their actions and motivations. So now we're going to do a quick practice. So here's our next anchor chart. So character traits can be inferred by analyzing. So analyzing means digging deeper, identifying, figuring out who they are as a character. Each one of these give us a quick little scenario. So we're just going to talk about each of these 4 different character traits. So our first one is feelings. So I'm going to read you this little prompt, and we're going to figure out what we can infer and kind of what are their feelings. So let's begin. When Seth saw the pile of junk, a feeling of excitement bubbled up inside him. He couldn't wait to begin building the object he was imagining. So our first thing, what is his feeling about building something new? So his feeling, it tells us right here, I can pull the evidence. So in the passage, it says, when Seth saw the pile of junk, a feeling of excitement. So we know that he's feeling excited about this new project. So what we can infer is that Seth is creative and he wants to build something. So he might be good with his hands. So he might be able to build different things. Who else is Seth as a person? He is very imaginative. He thinks creatively. So that's kind of our first one, is feelings of excitement Seth is feeling. Our next part is actions. So Brandon glanced at his math assignment and sighed. It would take too long to do these 5-story problems. He quickly scribbled some random numbers on the line and slammed his book shut. So far, what is Brandon's actions? So what I think his actions are so far is that his first action, he sighed when he saw his math assignment. So he sighed. So he went, ah, that is an action. Let's keep seeing. What else? What is another action that he did? Oh, he quickly scribbled some random numbers on the line. So he's scribbling. That's another action. And then he slammed his book shut. That is another action that he did. So what can we infer from this little passage? We can infer, number one, is Brandon is lazy, or we can infer that his math homework might be too hard for him and he might be struggling, and so that's why he's frustrated and scribbling. Okay, so there's our second passage. Let's do our third passage. So paying attention to our dialogue. Dialogue is when the character is speaking in the story. This is how we're going to split the work. Daniela said sternly, I'll work on the poster while you two work on what we're going to say for the presentation. So right here, the dialogue is saying what? That Daniela is talking to her group partners and telling them what to do. The major thing that we could probably infer is Daniela is probably bossy. Or Daniela could be a leader. She's trying to lead her group to be better about their presentation and put more information in it. So you can infer either she's bossy or she's a leader. Okay, so now your thoughts. So now the character's thoughts. Kelly wondered what would happen if she told her dad that her mom said the sleepover was okay. And if she told her dad that her mom had already approved the sleepover, Kelly grinned. I think it will work. So thoughts. So her thoughts in this passage are italicized. So those are the words that are slanted to the side. So she's thinking to herself, I think it will work. So she's trying to get this plan to have a sleepover, and she's trying to figure out what is the best way to ask her parents. So we can infer that Kelly is devious. So she's kind of thinking of different ways to tell her parents to get this sleepover. So she's kind of sneaky, or she's trying to devise a plan. Okay, so these are 4 major ways that we can infer based off of feelings, actions, dialogues, and thoughts of a story. So as we read below the deck, chapters 1 through 3, please make sure you're inferring or analyzing the text to help you understand what is going on in the story. Here's another resource that you can see, and then one more resource. So just kind of to end our character analysis, please make sure you are looking for evidence is number 1, and you're asking yourself questions. Why would they do that? Why did they choose to act this way? Why did they choose to say something? So making sure that you are asking yourself questions and you're really trying to figure out who these characters are in this story. All right, good luck, and I'll catch you later in the lessons. Keep up the hard work.